TV reviewer, I can reveal there are no plans for a new series.
Yeah, no, but wasn't there a previous series?
Oh, hang on, wait a minute. It says here there might be a new series. What's the problem?
That music can only mean one thing. It is, of course, time for Porkyvision, which is, of course, the best TV review this side, perhaps, of the Himalayas. We didn't go around to talking about the Himalayan duck. We may do a bit of that a little bit later on.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, flies over the Himalayas. Extraordinary beast.
It flew over the Eiger. No, not the Eiger.
The Eiger? You mean Everest?
Everest, flew over Everest.
Well, it flew kind of almost over it.
Yeah, it did,
22,000 feet. So, Everest, 26,000.
And you've always doubted my fact that ducks fly so high, and all sorts of birds, geese usually, fly so high that their lungs get crushed by the cold and they drop out the sky and kill people by falling on their heads.
Well, because I've never heard that story actually happen to anyone. That's why.
It has happened. Now then, let me tell you. Now,
what have you been watching?
Well, this is great. This is very, very interesting because Dr. Foster's back, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Now,
I've never watched that.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. But I'm not going to tell you about it because...
Why?
Because I've had a million requests this morning. People know that Porkyvision's coming up.
Yeah.
They haven't seen it, so it's the first episode.
Oh, well, so the first time ever you're actually acceding to people's request not to give away the ending of a show.
The first episode was broadcast last night.
Yeah.
It was sensational.
Was it?
You know, I can tell you that now.
All right.
But I am not going to review it.
Sensational.
Because I've had millions of requests from people this morning saying, please don't tell us what happened in Dr. Foster. So looking forward
why
to
weren't they
seeing
watching it?
Because people have busy lives and they can't always watch it à ce moment.
I see.
You know, sometimes they put it on the old Sky
Is it
box.
on ITV or is it on BBC?
It is on... It's on ITV.
Is it? So you have to watch the ITV player then to have a look at it?
No, you could have recorded it, I did.
But there's an ITV player that you can watch.
I've seen it, but I recorded it as well to watch it a second time.
Why do you want to watch it twice?
Well, because I want to make sure I didn't miss anything the first time, okay?
Well, you would have missed the bits when you got up to pour yourself another glass, presumably.
No, I wouldn't know.
Was to send out for some emergency supplies.
No, I always put it on pause when that's, that particular necessity has to be...
Do you ever do that with a football, by the way?
What?
Put it on pause?
No.
I've never understood how that works.
How could you do that? Because then...
No, you can, though.
Well, I know you can, but then you are watching a game in unreal time.
Yeah, but I've never quite understood how they can do that. Do you know what I mean?
Like, what do you mean, they?
Well, the people that are running the football tournaments and the football channels, i.e. Sky, right?
Yes.
If you pause the football while the game is live, you can then watch it as if it is live without ever catching up to it being live, you see what I mean?
Yeah, but why would you want to do that?
Well, because you might want to get, maybe the phone rings or something, you have to do something.
That's what you mean,
In the middle of a game, you can pause it.
The problem is, you're living in a parallel world then, because you're watching a game that's like 5 minutes older than you are.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I've never quite understood how they can do that.
Anyway, well, stop, giving us all this drivel, because I've got an important TV review.
By the way, it's on the BBC, I'm told.
Oh, it's on BBC, is it? Yeah, okay. Well,
so you got that wrong as well.
No, don't worry about that. It's irrelevant these days. Channels are irrelevant.
Okay.
You know, a multi-channel broadcasting.
Yes.
What's it matter?
Exactly.
Now then, what I was going to tell you about was this, now, do you remember that J.K. Rowling, who's one of the world's most successful ever authors, and rightly so, a very talented lady,
very controversial on Twitter now.
She can be quite controversial, but that's a matter for herself.
Yeah.
She then decided to find out whether she was any good at writing apart from Harry Potter. And you don't really need to prove yourself, do you?
Well,
when
not
you've been
really.
as successful as that. So she wrote...
She's only made about 700 million quid.
About $750 million.
Yeah.
Very good. So she then decided to write under a pseudonym.
Yes. Did she not do that because she didn't want to be given an easy ride? Because she didn't want to be...
Yeah, she didn't want people to go out and buy books just because they had her name on the front.
Yeah.
So it's a new challenge, so you have to admire her for that. So she wrote one called The Cuckoo's Calling.
Okay.
And the star of it was a rather unconventional private eye called Cormorant Strike.
Oh, not Cuckoo.
Yeah, no, The Cuckoo's Calling is the name of the book.
Right. Well, who's the cuckoo then?
Well, I'm going to explain that to you if you just shut up.
Sorry.
Because...
Cormorant in it as well.
No. Cormorant Strike is a very strange name of the private detective.
Oh, I see.
It's not a cormorant, it's Cormoran.
Oh, right.
And this guy, and the reason I'm telling you this is because they've made the book into a 3-part TV series called Cormorant Strike.
Is that on ITV as well?
Yes, and that's now concluded. Right. So I can tell you exactly what happens.
Okay. All right.
So what happens is, this Cormorant Strike guy is a bit unconventional because he's a private eye.
Yes.
But he's also a slob of the first order. I mean, in a way, he's a very cliched private eye. He sleeps on a couch in his pokey office above a guitar shop in Soho.
A guitar shop.
A guitar shop, yeah. A guitar shop.
A guitar shop.
A guitar shop in Soho.
Right. Well, Berwick Street or somewhere.
Yeah, Berwick Street, somewhere like that. You know, his office is a mess. He decides to call in a temporary, secretary and she finds out that the man lives out of pizza boxes and all. Very cliche.
Yes.
You know, the scruffy.
He's sort of overweight as well.
No, he's not overweight, but he's a chain smoker.
Smokes,
drinks out of a bottle of vodka and all this kind of stuff. Very cliched. But it gets better actually as you go through episode 1, 2, and 3. We then find out that he's a war veteran.
Oh, yeah.
And he's only got one leg because his other one got blown off in Afghanistan. Okay?
Right.
So.
Well, he's got a prosthetic leg, presumably.
He's got a prosthetic leg, yeah. So.
You find this very amusing, though, don't you?
I don't find it amusing, but the problem is, and again, this is a bit cliche.
Yeah.
He needs to go and track down somebody who he needs to investigate. And he goes to this block of council flats.
Yeah.
And it's like 22 floors. But. Unfortunately, all the lifts are broken.
Oh dear!
So, do you know how hard it is to walk up 22 flights of stairs?
I do.
With a gammy leg.
It's pretty hard to walk.
Or actually, with only one leg.
It's pretty hard to do it with both legs.
It is. Yeah.
It's actually very hard to walk down them as well.
It is. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So he struggles to get up these stairs, and when he gets up these stairs, he finds a woman drowned in a bath full of boiling hot water.
Really?
But stupidly, he goes to try and pull her out and burns all his hands.
How does he get in there in the first place?
Well, funny enough, when he gets to the door and he knocks 3 times and rings the bell, there's water pouring. He gets the hint something might be wrong.
Yeah.
There's water's pouring out from under the door.
Oh, he's quite smart.
But being
the door open.
No. Being a private dick.
Yeah.
Which is what Humphrey Bogart called himself once in the Maltese Falcon.
Did he have an office above a guitar shop as well?
No, he did. No.
You see the time, by the way.
Yeah, well, I don't want
Luckily, we're running out of it.
Yeah. So he pulls a set of dodgy keys out of his pocket and messes around with the lock and gets in.
All right.
But then this woman's dead, so there's not much point. But the thing is,
who's she then?
Well, she's something to do with a model.
Right.
And the model I'm talking about is like as famous as Naomi Campbell is in real life,
right.
But she's left some high society party, previously, gone home, and then somebody threw her out the window.
Right.
In the snow.
Really?
Yeah, and we haven't had snow in London for a long time, yeah.
Very violent.
So he's then asked to investigate the death, because the cops think it's suicide.
Right.
But,
And now he's found another dead woman.
He's found another dead woman in the bath.
Right.
And then there's a lot of sort of cliched stuff about him working with the local cops and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
But the thing I don't get is, I used to wonder why in America, when, the Rockford Files, when Jim Rockford used to sort of just walk into places and say, Jim Rockford, private investigator.
Yeah.
People didn't just laugh at him and throw him out.
Right.
But I thought, well, in America, the culture of private investigators is actually quite well known.
It's a lot deeper, yeah.
Anyway, this is the first time I've seen a private investigator in this country walk into places like police stations and into people's homes and into people's businesses and say, he's got a very mad name. His name is Cormoran Strike.
You already told me that.
Oh, I told you that.
Cormoran, yeah.
And he says, my name's Cormoran Strike, and he says I'm a private investigator.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you investigating? I'm investigating the death of the model. So I said, okay, well, how can we help you?
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody ever came up to me and I said, I haven't got time to help you, son. I'm sorry.
What if you're a police officer?
No. If I was a member of the public
Why?
and somebody knocked on my door and said, I'm Cormoran Strike, private investigator.
Why wouldn't you help him?
Well, I'd say, first of all, I'd say, show me your identity.
Show your identity, which you would do, right?
Which none of them asked him, right? And all this sort of stuff.
Okay.
So then, and by the way, he then meets another model who, I know it's a funny joke, and he makes a joke.
Right.
And he says, really?
Suitable.
Sorry?
Not a suitable joke.
No, he makes a joke, which is a suitable joke. And he says, really?
Not good, is it?
But that was the joke,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Doesn't sound like much of a show, this, to be honest.
Well, it took me a bit of time to get into it.
The way you're describing it.
It took me a bit of time to get into it. Meanwhile, at the same time, of course, what's going to happen is that the temporary secretary who's come to work for him is slowly falling in love with this rugged, sort of...
he's rugged as well.
Well, he's rugged, yeah.
I thought he was a slob. He's got to be rugged and a slob.
Well, you know what his job was in Afghanistan?
What?
He was in the Royal Military Police.
Okay.
He was a red...
A red cap.
A red cap, that's right. Yeah, a red beret, actually, not a red cap. You've seen a picture of him. And his father is famous as a rock star. His father was a rock star.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why he works above a guitar shop?
Yeah, could be. Yeah, could be.
Jack's asking this question on Twitter. Is this story ever going to come to a conclusion?
Yeah, well, it is.
Hashtag Porkyvision.
Yeah, because as usual, what happens is old Cormoran Strike watches, after a mad drinking binge, where he, is making no sense at all about anything. He watches the CCTV of the road outside the killing house, right? Oh, yeah. 20 or 30 times, and then amazingly, light bulb goes off in his head.
Yeah.
I've cracked it.
Yeah.
I know who killed her, right?
So did it turn out to be right?
Well, I don't know, because that's the last episode, which I haven't had time to look at yet.
I thought you'd seen all of them.
No, I know, but I know what the conclusion is, but I don't want to ruin people's enjoyment of it, because that's only just...
Tom says this, I watched and enjoyed this Cuckoo programme. Yeah. Porky's managed to get every single detail absolutely wrong.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Anyway, is that it now? Because we're out of time.
Yeah, well, I think that's all people need to know. I'll give you the rest of it in the same slot next week.
Great. Yes. Can't wait.
Yes.
That was Porkyvision. Yes. This is talkSPORT.